Hello and welcome to another episode of In Conversation with Colton. This week I'm with the lovely Lewis, who has trekked all the way over the hills from Manchester to be here with me today in Sheffield's Botanical Gardens. So hello Lewis.
Hello, how's it going?
Oh, it's going amazing, love. It's going amazing. So of course we are still in the coronavirus pandemic, although some people have forgotten that. So we are still abiding by 1 metre plus rule. We are outside, so that's why we're not wearing masks, and I'm just holding the microphone, so we're not passing anything our way.
The essentials.
The essentials. So what have you been up to in lockdown?
Honestly, I feel like a lot of people have been doing loads, and I'm so glad to say it. I'm one of those people. I've written the entire next project in lockdown, that's coming out next, and we've done quite a few 2 metre recording sessions of it as well, so it's been working pretty good.
Oh, totally on to my next question straight away. So obviously July the 17th is when you are releasing your ting. Talk to me about that. I should introduce it though. An uncertain love story in London. Unrealistic.
Yeah,
Gosh.
It's a long title.
Yeah.
It's a long title. It's a bit different to what I normally do. I've kind of been like a bit of a chubby sad boy all my life.
Oh, no, we don't do body shaming on here. You're not a chubby sad. You might be sad, but you're not chubby.
Okay. But I kind of just switched up a bit of a vibe. It's still acoustic.
Yeah.
But we switched up to make London sound like Paris.
Yeah.
Even though it's the complete opposite.
Well, the thing is, I had to listen to it earlier, and genuinely, the way that I could describe it is, I felt like I was sat on a cloud listening to it, or like the perfect sunset. You know, if you were just, do you know, Surprise View is near here? Maybe you don't, but it's like literally a cliff face, and everyone sort of goes. We went to go and see, what was it, a red moon the other day, and it was just cloudy, so it was a massive disappointment. But anyway, enough about my disappointing life. So if I was just chilling there and the sun was coming down, that I could just imagine sat listening to that. So is that the vibe that you're going for, chill?
Well, I actually said to my producer, who kept getting really angry, I was like, I want it far out. I want it far out on the moon. He's like, what do you mean far out? But that's what I was going for. Kind of sat on cloud nine, just relaxing, just like a vibe.
So do you think that, I know we've just spoke about vibes and styles changing, but do you think that this is more where you're going to go now? Because your sound will change as an artist as you develop and everything like that. Do you think you are going to go for a more spacey vibe as opposed to acoustic?
I think it's very easy for people to play it safe and play the same genre that they constantly do. I feel like, some artists will happily do that, and they do, get away with it. But for me, I just don't want to do that. Yeah. My influences change. So this vibe's a bit more for the EP, it's kind of indie, kind of relaxed vibe. Whereas I would love to a proper poetry EP, David Keenan, but I just don't have the voice.
Yes, you do have the voice.
This northern voice, reading poetry.
How funny is his accent?
Right.
I said that earlier. I was like, I don't want to be offensive, but your accent's so funny. But I actually really like it. So on your track, here we are. Love Me a Little Longer. Yeah. So when I say this to you, I don't want you to think, oh, she's calling me. She's telling me that I've got nothing unique about myself. You're going to say you sound like Ed Sheeran.
Yeah.
Oh, so this is exactly what I was going to say. I've got it written down here. I was like, have you had that comparison before?
A lot. I mean, I've got an Ed Sheeran tattoo.
Oh my gosh, what?
There we go.
Are you a massive fan then?
Yeah, he was kind of my first inspiration to write. But that's kind of another reason why I kind of want to go away from it. Because as much as incredible as that is to be compared to Ed Sheeran, I buzz off that.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what a lot of people are going for recently.
Yeah.
And I kind of tried to switch up a little bit.
No, of course you do.
But no, that comparison's that's what helps me sleep at night.
Well, that's good though, because the thing is that comparison, Ed Sheeran, I think he's renowned for saying, I once watched him on Jonathan Ross and he said the thing is I could never sing when I was younger. He's trained himself. Well, you're the super band, so you'll know, but I feel like it is about progression, and even from that he's changed, but I'm not the expert. Anyway, so in terms of gigging, you were meant to, or maybe still are, gigging at Gullivers in Manchester on August 15th. What's happening with that?
Honestly, I have no clue. It's kind of just got to see how it plays out. In June, I was kind of maybe, and then absolutely not. But I'm thinking if it's not in August, hopefully whenever it's back, because again, no one knows. I mean, outdoor gigs are happening, but I kind of want to make it a Christmas show.
Oh, I'd love that.
December.
Would you invite me?
Of course.
Oh, brilliant.
Of course.
That's what we like.
That's fine. Of course.
Other than the fact that you may be gigging in Gullivers sometime next month, where else have you gigged? Not just in Manchester, or has it just been Manchester?
In January, I played, because I have a little bucket list for what to do, and this venue in Dublin, it's quite an iconic venue, it's called Whelan's. and I got asked to play Whelan's in January as part of like a charity gig for the Irish Cancer Society.
Oh, wow.
So that was mental. We meant to do a headline show there early next year, but we'll see.
It might still happen, that's the thing, it's just so uncertain, isn't it?
It's mental.
What is the best gig that you've played there? Like, then, not there, but like the most fun you've had? Like one night you came off stage, I'm sure you do every night anyway, and you're just like, wow, like, I will never forget that.
Honestly, I'm going to have to say Whelan's, because like, that to me was just like mind-blowing. There's an artist called Gavin James, and he had an EP called Live at Whelan's, and I like religiously listened to that since I was like 14. And then to play there, I was like, gee. And the funny fact is, like, when I was like a kid...
Is it funny?
It is. It's a bit like... It's a bit weird, but it's funny. Like, when I was like a kid, there was an artist who I used to have a fan account for.
Oh.
And on the same night of me playing Whelan's, he was also playing on the same bill. So that was a bit like, whoa,
That's crazy.
That was mental.
You take the flyer home from stuff like that, and you're
just like
frame it or something.
Yeah, that was mental.
But like you say, you have been super busy in lockdown. You're not one of these people that's just sat back and not done anything.
Exactly, yeah.
And I've seen on YouTube, of course, this Stay Inside Live YouTube series. So it's artists basically from around the country, I'm guessing, and they perform live from their bathroom, anywhere in their house, and it's in order to raise money for NHS charities, of course, because we are still in the midst of a pandemic, even though people are forgetting it. So talk to me about that. It must have been something good to be part of.
Yeah, so it's actually a guy I know from, I go to BIM in Manchester, so it's a guy I know from there, and he just kind of messaged one day like, we're putting this together, do you want to do it? So I was like, yeah. So I sat in my bathroom, did like 35 takes. Because there's at one point I did like, I think the set was like 25 minutes, so I did like a full 25-minute set, and I was like, I forgot to press record. Like, shit, it was not great.
Stop it! That is an actual nightmare.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, and then. But then also as I was playing, like, I think my mum walked in the bathroom at one point, and I was like.
I imagine if she was coming for a wee, she was like, or just comes in a bath towel. I mean, that's a bit weird. I'm just looking at that dog over there. Do you like dogs?
Oh my god.
How cute is that one? Imagine if it came over. I don't know what the rules are with touching people's dogs though.
I don't know.
But look at it. Oh, it looks like a teddy. It looks like Paddington. I know they said Paddington with legs, but Paddington does have legs. So, what do you think the rest of 2020 holds for you musically, Lewis? Big yourself up here.
Big myself up. I'm going to play Glaston now.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are.
I kind of just want to release EP. I want to get that done by kind of the end of the year. And just promote it like hell. Like for every release, I kind of promoted it, but kind of not to the extent I want to do this one. Like the last EP, I think we did that in February, and like at the time I was like, this is sick, like yes. And then I kind of listened back to it. Now there's one or two tracks I'm a bit like, So like I kind of like didn't put 100% promotion into that because I wasn't. But this one, like I've completely like kind of changed style, vibes.
Fully
like,
going for it.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that.
That's what we like though. Yeah. Again, artist progression.
Exactly,
very good, very good. So this might cringe you out, but I've got some. Don't worry, it's not anything cheeky. It's just it's a quick fire round that I've introduced for my 4th ever episode of In Conversation with Colton. So you're the first guest ever to have this. Are you excited?
I'm excited.
So when I say quick fire, I mean like. We're not going to sleep. You've got to be on it. Are you ready?
Okay.
Quick.
All right.
Okay, so what's your favourite animal?
Dog.
Okay, what's your favourite food?
Anything that's greasy.
Oh, lovely, me too. If you could be anyone famous, who would you be?
Harry Styles.
Oh my gosh. Oh, my sister's like, Bit of watermelon sugar and all that. Yes, sir. Okay, what's your biggest pet peeve? What's something that really gets under your skin and you hate?
Arrogance.
Oh, me too. Are we the same person? Exactly. That's lovely. How old were you when you started singing?
About 8.
Favourite cocktail?
Sex on the beach.
Oh, me too. Sorry, so inappropriate. Favourite UK venue?
Deaf Institute in Manchester.
Oh, I've heard of that. Favourite holiday destination?
Honestly, I know this is meant to be quick fire, but like I've kind of been on like cruises for the past few years, so like, I can't think of anywhere else other than like going on a cruise. I don't know why.
I'll accept that. That's absolutely fine. Okay, favourite band out there right now?
Oh, honestly, I don't really listen to bands. That's awkward.
Favourite artist?
Oscar Lang.
Okay, that's fine. We'll roll with that. Favourite smell?
Creed aftershave. It's just very expensive and I can't afford that. So.
But when you're famous, like properly famous, you can buy it by the bucket load.
Of course.
Favourite film?
Yesterday.
Oh, I've not watched it.
So
Are you a massive Beatles fan?
No, I'm
No?
No, I'm not. I don't. But that film is just like Oh, this is a weird one, Flushed Away. I think that's a great film.
Oh my gosh,
That's such a good film.
I love that film.
See.
Do you know what's so weird as well is I don't have this with any other film, but you know, because there's so many different cartoon characters and that, and I might be going off on a tangent here, there are so many people in life and I'm like, they look like a character off Flushed Away. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think like, I feel like I can relate to the slugs in Flushed Away.
Oh my gosh.
I love the slugs.
I love the slugs. I love the little frogs as well.
Yeah, what are they called?
But it's like
the French ones.
Yeah, and they're like, can you do an impression of one?
I don't want to, because I don't want my career to be in theatre before it begins.
Oh dear. This is just something that I want to bang out before I die of laughter.
Okay.
So, in terms of music videos, have you shot any?
So we're planning to. We've literally been talking about this today. We're planning to. I think we're going to 2. Like, I think I'm gonna get quite a decent one going. Then kind of like a VHS camera one done. Kind of like edgy.
A bit retro-y.
A bit retro-y, exactly.
That's it. So, if you had 300,000 fans that were watching this right now, what's something that you want to tell them about yourself before I leave you? Something interesting or something shocking?
My little toe doesn't touch the floor.
Why?
I don't know. I just thought I'd tell people that. I don't know. It's really weird. Also, like, I feel like I have to point this out because, like with the EP, I was kind of like, okay, yeah. And we charted above Ed Sheeran, Dermot Kennedy, George Ezra in the iTunes charts, but Sam Fender is just always one.
Oh yeah, he's always got to do one more. Only Sam Fender will.
I'm not fond on Sam. No, I do like Sam, but like, give me a break, mate. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, for God's sake, this is an urgent appeal. Like, you know, when you see them really emotional adverts, this is an emotion. Can't even speak. You've got. Who says that their toe doesn't touch the floor? I'm literally creasing over here.
But it's also like, because my toe doesn't touch the floor, like, I have to be careful what shoes I wear because they like ping. I just bought a new pair of shoes and it's like pushing my toe.
You need to. So when you do properly make it, you release your own brand of shoes. Is that something that you're going to
I feel
like
I might do that. I might like my toe amputated. I feel like that'd be good press.
Definitely don't do that. That'd
sure?
be no good.
Maybe.
Do you know what, Lewis? You've made me laugh from start to finish today. So thank you so much for being my 4th ever guest on In Conversation with Colton. And I'm now going to invite you to do a performance.
Oh, let's play a song.
Yeah, let's play a song.
Let's go get the guitar.